We are at Guthrie Farm.
Okay there.
And at Guthrie Farm you can get a few items of interest. There is an ox, for example. There is a scarecrow with a nice hat.
Yep.
But we just want this mule. And we're just going to get on him and ride away.
Yep.
He got some pretty serious airtime there. And we are on our way to Van Horn.
Yeah.
Okay, there's not a lot of information about the mule. I believe it has 1 stamina, 1 health, and its speed is just a guess, but I think about 3. I've got Arthur wearing a red worsted jacket, red traditional vest, red pants, cavalier hat with a red band. And that outfit was supposed to coordinate with this strawberry roan Ardennes, which you can buy in Chapter 6, which is where we are. So I've got my shotgun, and let's get on with it and try to do this Horseman 9 with this mule. Alright, so that's the mission clock. And that's a look at our route. That's a generic route that I use quite often. I like to use this railroad bridge up ahead to get across the river. And I'm going to be doing this a lot. This mule uses a lot of stimulants because with that really low stamina, his stamina goes away really quickly, and I don't want it to buck me off. Alright, so just up here on the railroad tracks, just past these boulders, shoot to the left, go up through the trees, being careful of the boulders and stuff that are on top. Shoot down through here. Rejoin the road, make sure we go to the right and uphill. There is a big log laying to the left, right there. That log will trip you up and throw you off your horse if you hit it the wrong way. And I'm sure Rockstar put that log there just for this Horseman 9 challenge. I know they did. Alright, so we're already on another stimulant. Doesn't take long. But that's okay, I got a whole satchel full of them. As I was saying before, this is Chapter 6. There is no reason to do it in Chapter 6. You could do it in Chapter 2 or the epilogues or whenever. It just so happens that this Arthur I'm playing with right now is in Chapter 6. And I wanted to do it with this Arthur because I've been playing this particular save for 18 months, a year and a half. And we finally made it to Chapter 6, and I realized, yeah, game's almost over, and there's still some things I haven't done. And I've done so many things with this Arthur, you know, I've had so many horses, I've done so many Horseman 9s, and yeah, I wanted to do this Horseman 9 on the mule with this Arthur. Alright, so there's Guthrie Farm again, which is where the video started. Now, some of you might know, I've done a Horseman 9 video with the mule before, but in the video I was unsuccessful. I did not get the challenge. I made it to Blackwater, made it in plenty of time, but for whatever reason the challenge did not register. Now at the time when that happened, I just I don't know, I just assumed it was because it was the mule, you know. And that made sense to me. When I thought about it, I was like, well, yeah, okay, yes, the mule is not a proper horse. But since that time, I have done Horseman 9 on the donkey, and it's certainly not a proper horse, and it got me thinking, well, what's different? What's the difference between the donkey and the mule? And the donkey has a little saddle it wears, and I was thinking, well, maybe it's because the mule doesn't have a saddle. So I did 2 or 3 Horseman 9s with horses without a saddle. And I have videos of those as well. So once I did that, I realized, well, the saddle is not the issue. The fact that it's not a proper horse is not the issue. So maybe it is possible to do Horseman 9 with a mule. So here we are, back again, trying it. Because like I said with this Arthur in this chapter 6, it's now or never for him. Doing pretty good for time as well. The mule is not a slow, well, it is slow compared to the Missouri Foxtrotter or the Brindle Thoroughbred, but I raced this horse against the Tennessee Walker one time, and honestly, it kept up with the Tennessee Walker. I think if I had taken the saddle off the Tennessee Walker, it would not have beat the mule. So maybe with a proper saddle, this mule would be even faster, but you can't put a saddle on the mule, so sort of a moot point. And again, not a bad time at all. That's respectable right there. I have tried jumping over the bridge with the mule before, and that did not work out too well.
It's all right, boy.
But I'm thinking if I used a bridge jump, maybe it could do this challenge in about 8 minutes or less, which wouldn't be too bad. You see that happens with the mule sometimes. I don't know why, but you have to select the weapon wheel twice very often to get a stimulant or a tonic or whatever. I don't know why that is. It happens with the donkey as well. Another disadvantage to riding a horse with no saddle, obviously, is you don't have your full array of weapons available to you. I only have the shotgun for a long gun. And I forgot to select good pistols. The pistols I have are, one of them is the High Roller revolver, and it's a little double action revolver. It's not very good. And the other one is the little gun you get from doing the exotics mission from Algernon Wasp. It's a snub-nosed double action revolver. It has almost no damage. Yeah, both of those guns they're shit, to be honest. So all I have really, realistically, is the shotgun. But that's okay because I like the shotgun.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay, so coming up on 8.5 minutes. That's half the mission time of 17 minutes. And we're way more than halfway there.
Yeah, you're doing good.
So this, oh, I never saw that NPC there. Yeah, this mule is gonna, if we make it to Blackwater, it will easily make the time. Now I'm gonna give this mule a health tonic too. Because, well, with this 1 health, I think that's 1 health, it could be 2 health as well, but anyway, it's so low that if these Pinkertons and lawmen down here fire a volley at us and it hits the mule, he's going to go down immediately. So I need to juice him up a little bit. Hopefully that'll help. Okay, that's good. They spawned behind us, and they never even got a shot off at us. Sometimes they spawn in front of you, and that's not good news. Now, this is the second time I've attempted this today. I tried it earlier, and I went the other way. I went to the right, stayed on the road, went through tall trees, and met the Pinkertons head-on. They ran me into the forest, and there was a snake. It must have been a snake because I couldn't see what else it was, but I'm going to jump over this boulder here. Anyway, the mule really does not deal well with predators at all. So it bucked me off, and that's how that challenge ended. So I'm just going to stick to the tried and true. This is the way I like to come.
There you go.
Now, I've given it a bunch of tonics. If you think about it, that took some of the time. We should be at about 10.5 minutes right now, or even less.
You alright?
Okay, so far it's not been that difficult, but I think they're going to disappear off my mini-map here in a second, which means they can spawn one more time.
Alright.
Yep. There they are. That's not good. Go this way. Okay, let's see. There we go. All right. Horseman 9 on a mule. Have some of that. Oh, whoops. Yeah. But I think I can be pleased with that, though. I don't think I was ever going to make it through there alive. And we accomplished Horseman 9 on a mule, which is what we set out to do. That's the last horse that I never did it on. So now I have a complete deck of cards, I guess you'd say. I've done it on the mule, I've done it on the donkey, and I've done it on all the other horses, so I'm happy about that. As you can see here, we're on Horseman 10 now, so... And we'll check the progress and the challenges here. Check that tick mark. But let us not forget that this was the true star of the show right here. So I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. And yeah, thanks for watching.